From the Spanish Main to the Caribbean, the golden age of piracy has captivated our imaginations for centuries. The mere mention of pirates conjures up images of swashbuckling adventures, buried treasures, and perilous voyages across the high seas. Names like Blackbeard, Anne Bonny, and Captain Kidd echo through time, whispered in taverns and recounted in countless tales. But how much of what we think we know about pirates is true? Were they really the ruthless villains or romantic heroes of legend? Did they bury their plunder on deserted islands, force their prisoners to walk the plank, or keep parrots as chatty companions? Join me, Sergeant Facts, as we embark on a thrilling voyage through history, separating fact from fiction and uncovering the real stories behind these maritime marauders. A vast, me hearties. Let's talk about buried treasure. It's a tale as old as time itself, or at least as old as the first pirate story ever told. The image of a grizzled pirate captain burying his ill-gotten gains on a remote island, leaving it for posterity with only a crude map and a cryptic riddle, is a powerful one. And why not? The idea of stumbling upon a hidden fortune untouched for centuries is a tantalizing prospect. It speaks to our sense of adventure, our desire for wealth, and perhaps even a primal urge to uncover secrets hidden beneath the earth. But here's the thing about pirates and buried treasure. It almost never happened. Oh, there were exceptions, of course. Captain Kidd, for instance, is said to have buried some of his loot on Gardiner's Island off the coast of Long Island. But by and large, pirates weren't in the business of burying treasure. They lived a fast and loose lifestyle, and they spent their money as quickly as they got it. They had no need for long-term investments or retirement plans. Their treasure was meant to be enjoyed, not buried and forgotten. Consider this. Pirates were practical. Their lives were precarious. Their voyages fraught with danger. Why risk burying their hard-won loot, only to lose their lives at sea before they could retrieve it? It simply didn't make sense. Furthermore, the logistics of burying treasure on a deserted island were far more complicated than legend would have us believe. Remember, pirates were sailors, not archaeologists. They didn't have the time, tools, or inclination to dig elaborate tunnels and booby-trapped tombs. And let's not forget the practicalities of transporting heavy chests of gold and silver across treacherous terrain. It wasn't as simple as Hollywood might suggest. So the next time you hear a tale of buried pirate treasure, take it with a grain of salt, or perhaps a shot of rum. The real treasure of pirates wasn't buried beneath the sand, but in the thrill of the adventure, the camaraderie of the crew, and the freedom of life on the open ocean. Few pirate punishments are as ingrained in our collective imagination as walking the plank. The image of a hapless captive forced to walk a narrow plank jutting out over the shark-infested waters is enough to send chills down the spine of even the bravest soul. It's a scene straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, but how accurate is it? Did pirates really force their enemies to walk the plank, or is this another case of romanticized history? The truth, as is often the case, is far more nuanced. While there are a few documented instances of pirates making their captives walk the plank, it was by no means a common practice. In fact, most pirate historians believe it was a relatively rare occurrence. Pirates were, first and foremost, pragmatists. They were interested in profit, not gratuitous cruelty. Torturing or killing their prisoners served little purpose. In fact, it could be detrimental to their business. A live prisoner had value. They could be ransomed, traded, or forced into service on the pirate ship. A dead prisoner, on the other hand, was of no use to anyone. Moreover, pirates were a superstitious lot. They believed in bad luck and omens. Needlessly killing someone, even an enemy, was considered bad form and could bring misfortune upon the entire crew. So, if walking the plank wasn't a regular occurrence, where did the myth originate? Like many pirate legends, it likely arose from a combination of exaggeration, sensationalism, and the human fascination with the macabre. Early accounts of piracy, often written by those who had never set foot on a pirate ship, tended to embellish the truth, portraying pirates as bloodthirsty savages who delighted in cruelty. These stories, passed down through generations, became part of pirate lore, blurring the line between fact and fiction. Ahoy, matey! Picture a pirate, any pirate. What's the one creature you almost always see perched upon their shoulder? A parrot, of course! The image of a colourful parrot squawking obscenities and mimicking pirate slang is so ingrained in popular culture that it's practically a cliché. But were parrots really as ubiquitous on pirate ships as Hollywood would have us believe? Did these feathered companions actually sail the high seas with Blackbeard, Anne Bonny, and the rest of their swashbuckling brethren? The answer, like the open ocean, is a bit murky. While there's no denying that pirates encountered parrots in their travels, the truth is far less widespread than legend suggests. Imagine yourself as a pirate in the 17th or 18th century. You finally manage to capture a prize ship, and among the spoils of victory, you discover a few exotic birds. What do? Well, if you're a practical pirate, you wouldn't keep them as pets. You'd sell them. Parrots, especially those with vibrant plumage, were highly sought-after commodities in Europe. They fetched a pretty penny in high society circles, where they were seen as symbols of wealth and exoticism. So, while some pirates may have kept a parrot or two as ship mascots or personal companions, it was far more likely that they'd trade these feathered treasures for cold, hard cash. But then why do we associate pirates with parrots so strongly? The answer, like many pirate myths, lies in a blend of truth, exaggeration, and the enduring power of storytelling. Prepare to meet the most infamous pirate of them all, Blackbeard. His name alone struck fear into the hearts of sailors, his flag a harbinger of doom on the high seas. But who was the man behind the legend, the one they called Blackbeard? Born Edward Teach, or Thatch, depending on who's telling the story, Blackbeard's early life remains shrouded in mystery. We do know that he emerged from the shadow of the War of the Spanish Succession, a conflict that left countless skilled sailors unemployed and ripe for a life of piracy. Blackbeard wasn't just another pirate, he understood the power of image. He cultivated a fearsome persona, his thick black beard said to be interwoven with lit fuses, creating an aura of terror around him. Imagine the psychological impact of facing a man who appeared to breathe smoke and fire. His flagship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, was as formidable as her captain. A heavily armed frigate, she was originally a French slave ship, before Blackbeard captured her and made her his own. With her fearsome reputation and overwhelming firepower, the Queen Anne's Revenge became a symbol of Blackbeard's reign of terror. But Blackbeard's tactics weren't limited to brute force. He was a shrewd strategist, often exploiting fear and intimidation to his advantage. He understood that capturing a ship without a fight was far more profitable than engaging in a bloody battle. His reign of terror, however, was relatively short-lived. In 1718, Blackbeard met his end in a fierce battle with Lieutenant Robert Maynard, a young officer in the British Royal Navy. The confrontation was a close one, with Blackbeard and his crew fighting ferociously before succumbing to Maynard's forces. Avast, me hearties! The world of piracy wasn't exclusively a man's domain. Amidst the rough and tumble crews and salty dogs, there emerged extraordinary women who defied societal norms and carved their own legends in the annals of maritime history. Today, we set sail to meet two such trailblazers, Anne Bonny and Mary Read, the pirate queens who challenged gender stereotypes and left an indelible mark on the golden age of piracy. Anne Bonny, a woman of fiery spirit and undeniable charisma, was born into a life of privilege in Ireland. But the allure of adventure and the call of the sea proved too strong to resist. She abandoned her comfortable life, donned men's clothing, and embarked on a path that would forever alter her destiny. Mary Read, on the other hand, was no stranger to disguise and deception. Forced to masquerade as a boy from a young age, she developed a tough exterior and honed her skills in a man's world. Like Anne, she found freedom and purpose aboard a pirate ship, proving that courage and resilience transcended gender. Their paths intertwined aboard the ship of Calico Jack Rackham, a notorious pirate captain who, little did he know, had attracted two of the most formidable pirates to ever grace the deck of a ship. Anne and Mary, disguised as men, fought alongside their male counterparts, their true identities concealed beneath their swashbuckling exteriors. They were skilled swordsmen, crack shots, and fearless in the face of danger. Their fellow pirates, unaware of their true genders, marveled at their courage and fighting prowess. Their secret, however, was eventually revealed, but not before they had cemented their reputations as legendary pirates. Their exploits became the stuff of legend, inspiring awe and admiration in equal measure. Ahoy, mateys! Few names in pirate lore evoke the same sense of mystery and intrigue as Captain William Kidd. His story is a captivating blend of history and legend, a tale of ambition, betrayal, and the elusive allure of buried treasure. Unlike the bloodthirsty Blackbeard or the rebellious Anne Bonny, Captain Kidd's reputation is more ambiguous. Was he a ruthless pirate who preyed on innocent ships, or a privateer wronged by fate and betrayed by those he trusted? The answer, like the tides, continues to shift with each passing discovery. Born in Scotland in the mid-17th century, Kidd embarked on a maritime career that would lead him down a path he likely never anticipated. In 1696, he was commissioned as a privateer, tasked with hunting down pirates and seizing their ill-gotten gains. Privateering, a sort of legalized piracy, was a common practice at the time, sanctioned by governments to protect their interests and disrupt enemy shipping lanes. Armed with a letter of marque, a legal document authorizing his actions, Kidd set sail aboard the adventure galley, determined to make his mark. His early voyages were successful, but fate, as it often does, had other plans. Kidd, facing mounting pressure and dwindling fortunes, made a fateful decision. He captured the Quedagh Merchant, a treasure-laden ship, an act that would brand him a pirate and seal his fate. The capture of the Quedagh Merchant ignited a scandal that reached the highest echelons of British power. Kidd, now a wanted man, found himself caught in a web of political intrigue and betrayal. He returned to civilization, hoping to clear his name, but his pleas fell on deaf ears. He was arrested, tried, and convicted of piracy. His story, a cautionary tale of ambition, treachery, and the fickle nature of fortune. Ahoy, treasure seekers! While the romanticized image of pirates unearthing chests overflowing with gold doubloons and sparkling jewels might dominate our imaginations, the reality of pirate treasure was often far more practical, and dare I say, even mundane. Sure, pirates coveted gold and silver as much as anyone, but their true treasures extended beyond the realm of precious metals. Remember, these were resourceful seafarers, and their plunder often reflected the necessities of life aboard a ship. Food, for instance, was a treasure more valuable than gold to a hungry crew. Imagine raiding a merchant vessel laden with barrels of salted meat, sacks of grain, and casks of rum. To a pirate, these provisions were a lifeline, ensuring their survival during long voyages. Navigation tools, too, were priceless commodities. Compasses, sextants, and astrolabes, these instruments were essential for navigating the vast expanse of the ocean. A skilled navigator could mean the difference between reaching a safe harbour and being lost at sea. Weapons and ammunition, naturally, were highly sought-after treasures. Swords, pistols, cannons. These tools of the trade were essential for defending a pirate ship from rival crews and capturing lucrative prizes. But perhaps the most valuable treasure of all was information. Maps, charts, and logbooks. These documents held the keys to hidden routes, lucrative trade winds, and the locations of wealthy ports. Knowledge, as they say, was power, and in the world of piracy, it could lead to untold riches. Avast, ye landlubbers! The ocean depths hold countless secrets, and among the most captivating are the sunken tales of pirate shipwrecks. These underwater time capsules offer a glimpse into the past, whispering stories of maritime adventures, tragic fates, and the enduring allure of lost treasures. From the treacherous shoals of the Caribbean to the windswept coasts of Africa, shipwrecks dot the ocean floor, each one a silent sentinel guarding the secrets of a bygone era. And while some wrecks remain elusive, lost to the depths of time, others have surrendered their treasures to intrepid explorers and marine archaeologists. One such wreck is the Quedagh Galley, a legendary pirate ship captained by the notorious Black Sam Bellamy. In 1717, laden with plunder from over 50 captured vessels, the Whydah met her demise in a violent storm off the coast of Cape Cod. The discovery of the Whydah in 1984 was a seminal moment in maritime history. Thousands of artifacts were recovered, including cannons, coins, jewellery and personal belongings of the pirates who sailed aboard her. These tangible links to the past provide invaluable insights into the lives of these maritime outlaws. Another remarkable find is the wreck of the Queen Anne's Revenge, Blackbeard's flagship. Discovered in 1996 off the coast of North Carolina, the Queen Anne's Revenge has yielded a treasure trove of artifacts, including cannons, anchors, medical instruments, and even a bell bearing the ship's original name. From buried treasure to walking the plank, we've navigated the treacherous waters of pirate myths and legends, separating fact from fiction and discovering the real stories behind these maritime marauders. We've learned that pirates, while undoubtedly fascinating, were more than just bloodthirsty villains or romanticized heroes. They were complex individuals driven by a thirst for adventure, a desire for freedom, and of course a yearning for fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive into pirate legends, be sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Sergeant Facts for more videos unraveling history's greatest mysteries. Set sail with us to uncover more truths and treasures.